Let's take an in-depth look at editing things in a code editor. If I'd like to edit a code section, simply click on that in the left-hand listing. I'll see any edits that I've previously made in a preview on the right-hand side. If I'd like to move this code section through the proposal, the 6 dots on the left-hand side here allow me to click and drag it through the proposal and release it where I'd like it to appear in the proposal itself. I can also move it up or down just one section by clicking the gear icon that appears when I mouse it over. And I can send it all the way to the top or the bottom of the proposal as well. This gear icon is also how I remove a section from the proposal. If I'm looking for one section in particular, possibly one that I've moved too far down, all I need to do is click on the search tool at the top of the listing. As I type, the listing will shorten to just those items that have that word in it. I can click and make my edits, and when I want to go back to the full listing, I just delete my search out of there, and I get the full listing once again. I'll go ahead and make edits to this section now by clicking the Edit button in the upper right-hand corner. I've got a couple different options of what I can edit here. The first is the instruction line. I can choose any of them here, or I can choose none at all. This is helpful when you've got many sections in a row and you don't want to put revise in front of each one. Just make sure that you put the appropriate instruction line in front of the first one. If I'd like to change the number or the title of the code section, I simply type in this box and make my changes. You can see here that I've previously changed 701.2 to 701.3. If I want to change the content of the proposal, I can click in here. This section provides me with a few additional notes. First, I can create an exception and have it properly formatted automatically. These buttons with exclamation points are to add an exception or to add a list of exceptions into the proposal. I can select either one of them and it will insert an exception fully indented with the header ready to go. If I do have some tabular data, not a complete numbered table, but say a list that needs to be structured with a table in this tool, I can choose the table button and create one with the appropriate number of rows and columns. If I'd like to insert some special characters, I can click on the special character button and it will bring a list up of special characters that I can insert directly into my proposal. If there's a special character you'd particularly like to see in this menu, or any other tools that we haven't shown you that you'd like to have in this section, let us know by emailing cdpACCESS@iccsafe.org. Once I've made a few changes, for instance, a little extra text here, you'll see that on the right-hand side, it automatically updates the diffing. Do note that the diffing tool is an automated tool and so may not be perfect. If you'd like to make specific changes to that diffing so that it looks better, we can work with you as code staff. There's a place in this system to leave notes to staff, and we're always happy to help you out. If you'd like to make some specific comments about the diffing, please feel free again to email cdpACCESS@iccsafe.org. Your comments about how we can improve will be taken into account, and we'll keep working with the diffing library to make it perfect. Now that I've made my changes, I can go ahead and click Save on this. That'll bring me back to the preview screen so I can see the section that I've got selected and the preview with my new changes in place. Let's say I want to make changes to a table or to a figure. The table that I've got here, once I've selected it, displays just a preview as you would think. I can go ahead and click Edit. As you can see, this table is now set up to look a lot like Microsoft Excel. Once I click in here, as I tab, I can enter data very easily. And if I hit Enter instead, I can go down in my rows. We've done everything we can to make it very easy for you not only to enter data, but to style the table. If you right-click, you'll see the same kind of menu that you're used to. If I want to remove this blank column, for instance, it's as easy as that. Once I've made this look exactly like I want, I can go ahead and again click Save, and I'll see this table ready to go. I can also edit figures by choosing a figure here. We're creating this tutorial well before cdpACCESS launches, so please note that this figure editor will look a little bit different and a little bit easier to use once we've got it in the system. I'll once again click Edit, and you'll see that because it's a new figure, I don't have an image currently. If I scroll down, I have the opportunity to choose a file to replace it. Once I have chosen an appropriate section or an appropriate image and click Open, that's going to replace that image in there. When I save changes, that's going to upload that, and you'll see now I've got the figure marked up and in place. cdpACCESS does not have a tool to edit your images. You will need to create your modified figures outside of cdpACCESS and simply upload them. The file types that cdpACCESS accepts are JPEG, GIF, and PNG. If there is another file type that you need to include, please contact cdpACCESS at iccsafe.org. If it is possible for that to be included, we will work with you. Now that I've created all of my code sections for this tool, let's go to the next video where we'll talk about the documentation.